Hi everyone, I'm Patch. Welcome to my new instructional video. This one today we're talking about power chords, and power chords are brilliant, and they are the backbone of pretty much all rock and metal music, and they're super easy. So I'm just going to give you a little intro and then you'll be away and flying. So a power chord is also known as a fifth chord because there are only two notes in the chord. So this is a slight sort of growth from the video I did a few weeks ago about chords, because and cutting chords actually, because it's like we're just taking bits of a bigger bar chord, for example. So all that's in it is your root and your fifth. And they're called power chords because generally they're sort of played on the bassy strings. You can play them elsewhere, but generally they're here for the, and they're used in everything. I'm not going to play the rest of it because you all know what I'm playing, but that's power chord. That's all it is. So let's look at a power chord. I'll show you down on the video here as well. So let's take A, for example, an A power chord. So we just have our root note here in the 5th fret on the E string, and then we have the 5th note in relation to that A, which would be E on the A string there. Power chord. That's all you need. And then the brilliant thing about power chords is that that's the shape. You just move it around everywhere, a little bit like the bar chords, a bit easier because it's only two notes. So you're like, so much fun forever. And that also works again a little bit like the chords we were looking at before. If we move it up to the using our notes on the A string, so for example in that same position with the 5th and 7th frets, we could just move everything up one string, and then we've got our D power chord. Awesome. So the other variation of it is to add the octave. So if we go back to the A again, so we've got A, 5th, can't show on the camera there, and then we're playing the octave of the A. So it adds like it's a bigger, fuller power chord, and even though we're adding an extra string to it, it's still only two notes in the chord because that's an octave. So we're just playing in that example, playing the A twice with the 5th in the middle. And it's super brilliant. So there are different reasons for playing the different styles of the power chord. You'll see them written down in different ways in different songs. Sometimes when they play them, it's kind of down to you. Though sometimes there is kind of a bit of a reason. So for example, if we've got our power chord on our E power chord on the 5th fret, which would be here, it's good to play the two noter because then we can get in the low E again to make it even bigger, and then that links into other kind of riffy things, like famous riffs all over the shop. So yeah, that's our very, very basic intro to power chords. As long as a bit like the chord video I had before, as long as you've got your root note and you know the shape, then you can find pretty much anything, and it's brilliant. Questions and comments below. Please do ask me questions because I'd love to answer them. Please like and subscribe to the channel so I can grow it a little bit more, and I hope you have lots of fun. Bye.